What type of stress is your child dealing with? Depending on the age and the stage of your child, the types of stress will vary. Therefore, that means that as a parent, your method of assisting or managing and coping with that stress will also need to vary. Now, my name is Taharka Sankara. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a licensed clinical alcohol and drug counselor, and I'm certified as a trauma-focused cognitive behavior therapist. And throughout my experience, I have found that parents and children go through certain types of stress, but it also varies based on the age and stage of the child. It also varies based on the age and the stage of the parent. But I'll tell you this, think about your child when they was 5, 6 years old, some of the types of stress that they dealt with, some of the things that they threw tantrums about, and some of the challenges they had maybe outside in the playground with other children. I call that type of stress child's play stress, and it's common, it's normal that children go through these types of stresses where they may have difficulty relating to other children. Children may leave them blocked out, don't want to play with them, don't want to share toys with them, and those type of things. Or your child may not want to share toys with other children. And your response to this type of stressor, this type of situation will be quite different than if your child was like 12 years old and they're going through puberty. They starting to experience body changes, hormonal changes. They start to have social awkwardness, and it becomes more challenging at this point in time for your child to manage and deal with that stress because it's more peer related. Then it's also when your child becomes 15 years old, 16 years old, or it may even be earlier, it depends, but your child starts to develop this sense of independence, right? This certain type of maturity. They start to be exposed to things that most adolescents are being exposed to. They may start to feel more peer pressure to do things. They may have more intimate relationships with the opposite sex, and they may start to be pressured into doing things. So you may start to encounter things related to tobacco, alcohol, drugs, sex, various different things. And based on what they're going through, you will have to be able to manage and approach them in a type of way that will be helpful to them in navigating that landscape amongst a peer group within their age and stage. And I encourage you to read different things, different information that can assist you and support you in your parenting journey. Because one of the things that comes up for me is that I find myself pulling from different professionals, different doctors, whether they're neuroscientists, neurobiologists, psychiatrists, psychologists. And one of the things that comes up for me that I often encourage parents to do is something from Dr. Dan Siegel. He wrote quite a few books dealing with the brain and the mind and your child and parenting and the relationships that you may have. But there's one particular tool that I encourage parents to utilize, which is connect before directing. So you want to connect before you direct. And what that simply means is that you want to connect with your child on a level that they're on, with their experience that they're on, before you actually start to give them advice and guidance. And that means, as I once heard, I always heard when I was growing up, God bless you with 2 ears and 1 mouth, which means that you should do twice as much listening than you do speaking. And somehow that gets away from us when we become adults, when we become parents, because we find ourselves speaking, talking more, and we do less listening to our child. But I encourage you to utilize that tool, connect before you direct. And that way your child will be more receptive, they feel understood, they feel heard, and they're more likely to listen to your guidance and your instruction as a parent. So you want to be able to benefit from your parent-child relationship. You want your child to benefit from that parent-child relationship. So you want to be able to deal with them, whatever age and stage that they may be at that particular point in time. So I encourage you to join the Next Gen Parenting Group, where we're going to go over information related to these type of topics. You get an opportunity to learn and grow with other parents, other adults, that may be in similar situations. They may have some words of wisdom, some words of advice that can be supportive of you in your parenting journey. This is not the environment that you're going to be told exactly what to do as a parent, but you get to create your parenting script. You get to design it for yourself based on your particular situation. But it is an opportunity to create this virtual village where your children can grow through that process, and you can have many different minds that can support you along the way. So join the Next Gen Parenting Group where you will have that opportunity, and I look forward to seeing you in there where we can learn and grow together.